What to do when you receive the dreaded letter from the IRS. If you've received a threatening letter from the IRS demanding more of your hard-earned money and are looking to end your IRS problems once and for all, this short video will be one of the most important things you watch all year. Here's why. In this video, you'll discover exactly what to do and what not to do to put your IRS problems behind you once and for all. Many people faced with an IRS problem wish it would just go away. They leave the notice on their kitchen counter, desk, or worse, just hide it under a stack of bills. Unfortunately, ignoring your tax problem will not make it go away. In fact, it'll make it worse. The IRS is the most brutal collection agency in the world. And like any collection agency, the IRS adds salt to your wounds by adding penalties to what you already owe. Many times, the penalties and interest add up to be more than what you actually owe the IRS. Did you know that the IRS has unbridled power? They can take money from your bank account and paycheck. They can seize your house, your car, and possessions. They can even drain your retirement account. Let's face it, the IRS is a bully. And like any bully, you need to step up to them and fight back. But this bully is too big for you to fight alone. So in a moment, I'll share with you how you can get the help you need to defeat the IRS and reclaim your life. But first, let's talk about secrets the IRS doesn't want you to know. Tax relief secret number 1, do not pay IRS penalties. IRS penalties can often be reduced to 0 if you have a reasonable cause. Tax relief secret number 2, you do not have to live in fear of the IRS. Knowing your taxpayer's rights gives you the leverage when resolving your IRS problems. Instead of feeling powerless when up against potentially crushing back taxes and IRS penalties, knowing your rights as a taxpayer, having a qualified and experienced CPA, enrolled agent, or tax attorney who is also a tax resolution specialist on your side is the best way to understand all of the options available to you for permanently resolving your tax problems. Tax relief secret number 3, never talk to the IRS auditor. Going to the IRS audit alone is the worst thing you can do. Taxpayers are deemed guilty until proven innocent, which means the IRS can start an audit by disallowing every deduction you made on a return until each one is proven to be legitimate. If the IRS has decided to audit you, it's important that you don't let yourself be pushed around by the IRS. Having expert representation vastly improves your chances for successful tax resolution. As the proverb states, he who is his own lawyer has a fool for a client. Treat an IRS audit as seriously as you would a court case. Would you go to court without a lawyer? Then why would you go before the IRS without competent representation? Tax relief secret number 4, IRS audits can be resolved quickly. The best way to end an IRS audit with a great outcome is to end it at the first meeting. Whenever our firm represents clients in IRS audits, we actually perform a trial audit in our office before we ever meet with the IRS. This allows us to know which areas need more documentation or answers. When we meet with the IRS without our client, we can quickly answer the auditor's questions, provide documents, and get to the bottom line. Tax relief secret number 5, the IRS cuts deals. The IRS does make deals on taxes owed, including all penalties and interest. If you meet certain requirements, then you may get a reduction of up to 85% or more on the original amount owed, including penalties and interest. The IRS cuts these deals to get you back in the system as a current taxpayer and to collect a few bucks on the old taxes owed. The bottom line is, there is a solution to every problem. You do not need to live in fear of the IRS. You can get your life back, and we would like to fight the IRS bully for you. Warning: the only professionals that can represent you before the IRS are CPAs, enrolled agents, and attorneys. That's it. Just like a medical doctor is the only person who can prescribe you medication if you're sick, only CPAs, enrolled agents, and attorneys can represent a taxpayer before the IRS. Those are the only people on the planet the IRS recognizes that can represent you. But would you just have any doctor prescribe your medication? Would you go to the dermatologist if you had a heart problem? Of course not. So, should you go to any CPA, attorney, or enrolled agent to handle your IRS tax problem? Naturally, you want a specialist in tax resolution to handle your IRS difficulties. And that is exactly who we are and what we do. We are experts in tax resolution and help taxpayers with their IRS problems every single day. We free you from the IRS harassment. What could be better than to not have the IRS stalking and harassing you with letters, phone calls, and appearances at your front door? Once we represent you, the IRS can no longer contact you directly. We are like an armored shield protecting you. We are the tax resolution boots on the ground battalion. We do all the talking to the IRS. We handle all of the phone calls, correspondence, meetings, and negotiations, so you don't have to. But you need to take the first step, and it's free. Simply call our office now and set up a no-cost, no-obligation consultation, and we'll discuss the different ways we can help you. You no longer need to live with fear and worry over your IRS problems. Relief is just one phone call away. Don't you owe it to yourself and your family to explore what your options are? You have nothing to lose, and the consultation is free. Call and schedule an appointment, and we'll go over all the ways we can help you. All matters discussed will be confidential. Call us now.